Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Unkillable has been killed. The Russian has been cut. However you want to say it, it has been done. The clock has struck 12, and Cinderella has to piss off because Unkillable will be nerfed as per Plarium in the up-and-coming 1.13 patch. As you can see here, I'm on my alt account. It's a very nice account. I enjoy it immensely, and it is currently doing the clan boss, so we'll do that while we talk, and hopefully I won't mess it up while we're talking about this. So, on my main account, you may or may not know, I do have an Unkillable comp. I actually was one of the ones who created a video regarding the Unkillable comp on how to set the composition together using a Rosh card, 2 Rosh cards, a Santa, 2 Santas, that sort of combination. It was using legendaries, and in one case a void legendary, to create a comp with Lightsworn to create a turnkey or a 1-turn stopgap to ensure that you lived, and thus made it unkillable. Now, the change that is being implemented in 1.13 is going to put a change to that. Now, as you can see, every time that the clan boss attacks, he's got 2 AoEs and a stun. That counts as 1 round. After 50 rounds, the clan boss will ignore unkillable comps. Now, here's my issue with that. I have the comp, that's not a problem. I've already tested it today, this morning. I did 50 rounds, and actually, oddly enough, you get 51 rounds because there's a stun round in there. So only one of your team dies, and I did 17.79 million damage, and that was with no tuning necessary on my team. I have since spent about 6 million gearing other things, changing some gears, upping the crit rate, upping the damage rates, so that I can ensure that I'm going to be hitting a damage of around 20 million. I'm going to test it again tomorrow, and I suspect that I'm going to make it. So my 2-key Ultra-Nightmare days are over, but I still have a 4-key Ultra-Nightmare, and I'm going to be able to do it. So I'm not too worried about the changes. I understand why they had to be made, although I disagree with how they decided to go ahead and implement it. I think it was a short-sighted piece that doesn't fix the true issue. Now, the issue behind the unkillable comp is not the unkillable comp itself. You may think it's a broken mechanic that's cheating the system, and that's not quite accurate, because honestly, you're using the mechanics that are in the game. Now, you can say it's without the spirit of the game. That's fine. Probably should have fixed that a long time ago, but I'm not the developer. I'm just here playing the game and making some YouTube videos about it. But if it were up to me, I would have changed a little stronger stance on the real underlying issue, and that is 2 things. Number 1, the cheese strat, the ability to use rares that are underdeveloped. You can actually come in with level 1 Painkeepers and level 50 Man-Eaters, and all you need is a developed Poisoner, and you can do the damage you're looking to 2-key Ultra-Nightmare. That's one issue. The other issue is clan jumping, the ability for top-end players who can 1-key in the 1,000 overall turns or around 154-ish rounds. They can 1-key it and then jump to the next and to the next and to the next. Now, you get about 4 keys, between 4 and 5 keys a day. I believe it's 1 every 5 hours. So you can sit there and jump, and you can potentially pick up 4 to 5. And if you buy keys, even more. You can get 10 chests, as many chests. If you're a whale, if you're an end game player with a lot of money, what's to stop you from just doing it over and over and over as you find these different clans that need your help, and you just jump from one to the next. You jump it, you kill it, you move on. And that's what's happening in the game. Now, if they wanted to stop the underlying issues, they could have simply put a 24-hour cooldown. If you join a clan, it's 24 hours before you can then fight the clan boss. Simple solution to a problem that is rampant within this game amongst some of the top-end players. The other issue of the Painkeepers, you can put them on a shared cooldown. You already did with Kymar. We know what's available. You take the Painkeepers, you put their A2 on a shared cooldown so that they cannot decrease the turn. I think it's an A2, sorry. And then boom, you've solved that issue while still keeping intact the Ultra-Nightmare the unkillable comp for those who are using end game fully developed rosters. Now, you didn't do that. Time to move on. Like I said, I've already tested mine. I was already in the works of trying to replace that with the counterattack team. I felt like it was too much of an investment for only one specific part of the game. I had a Sir Nick that was underdeveloped. I had a Rosh card, the tower, that could be used in things like the arena defense and other areas where it could be very helpful. That unfortunately I don't have them because of this. So I was really looking for a way out anyway. I had to do it a little early. I'm still going to figure it out. But for a lot of players who then invested a ton of money, effort, and time into this specific ability because they had the champs either through luck or through skill or whatever, they worked hard or they spent a lot of money. Either way, you've now kind of thrown them out the door. You've kind of left them in the lurch without a real understanding of how to progress forward. So you, in some cases, have pushed teams from Ultra-Nightmare to Nightmare to maybe even Brutal, and you know, there's a lot of people that are pissed off, and the people that are applauding it probably because of the cheese strat that most people don't like, because it's not really within the spirit of the game. And I understand that. I can understand both sides. I tend to agree more with the not within the spirit of the game, but you know, it's something we're going to deal with and move on. But here's my final word on this, my parting thought. You haven't changed anything. By changing the clan boss, so after 50 rounds it ignores Unkillable, all you're doing is you are making the people who play a average game, they spend money, but they don't spend well like money. They're the majority of the people who play the game. And those who have made Unkillable comps around that kind of caveat, that $100 to $200 spend a month, or maybe even it's $50 a month or $20 a month, that's what pays the rent, that's what keeps the lights on. The whales are great, but the whales are far and few between compared to the number of people, and the money that comes in from everyone else is bigger than the money that comes in from the 1% that are playing this game and just spending ad nauseum. And on top of that, the people who are spending ad nauseum already have the ability to switch over to something else. And finally, for those elite endgame type clans and players, the top of the echelon that were doing all the clan jumping, they're still going to do it. I got news for you. They already have 2 key clan bosses without Unkillable. They already have Unkillable, so it can 2 key even within 50 rounds. They're going to find, if they haven't already, they're going to have a 1 key 71 million strategy. They're going to have it, they're going to use it, and they're still going to jump. So you have not addressed the issue of the clans jumping from clan to clan. You have only served to make the majority of the player base suffer through these changes. And for those who do like the change, it didn't affect you. I understand that maybe you didn't like the clan jumping, maybe you didn't like just the whole thought of the strategy and how you worked harder to do it, but this is a cooperative game. Under 99% of the game, it's cooperative, and it only serves to help you if you have a member of your team that can 2-key an Ultra-Nightmare clan boss and then use another 2 keys to help kill anything else, whether you've got Nightmare, Brutal, etc., players that aren't quite up to that level. It allows you to have a more cohesive clan. That's going to go away, and we're going to go back to probably seeing the 15-member clans again, because most people will need to get those clans back into a place where they can actually coexist and succeed. So I'm a little bit disappointed in the way they created the changes. I understand that the changes were coming, and I hope that you're all prepared. I will do an updated video. I was humming and hawing about it because, frankly, the fact that we made these videos in the first place, whether it's mine, which was viewed quite a few times compared to the rest of my channel, but there's also a lot of out there. There's the Painkeeper strats. There's some of the bigger names in the YouTube community with Raid Shadow Legends. There's a subreddit that explained it. We probably hurt ourselves by doing that, and by trying to share it with the greater community and create something where more people can share in the success of a strategy. We may have caused the nerf to happen sooner, and for that I apologize, but at the same time I'm not going to stop finding new ways to help the community, and it's up to Plarium to do the right thing, not me. I'm already doing what I feel is the right thing by telling other people how to do this, and if you disagree, respectfully, I'm sorry, but I really feel like this is an opportunity for us to grow within our ranks, within our means, and to be able to do content like this one right here, doing the clan boss. So I do promise you I will do an updated Unkillable comp. I will do a 50 turn one to make sure it can 4-key. When I get the right gear and I keep upgrading that gear, I will do a 3-key and a 2-key. I know that I can increase my damages. I already have some ideas in play about how to create the next level. I don't have the gear yet, or the silver is actually the big problem. But when I do, I will probably post that as well, and it'll be up to Plarium to, fix the actual underlying issues, which isn't a person's unkillable comp or immortal comp. It has to do with the infrastructure that allows people to jump from clans to clans, or use cheese rare strats and level 1 players that they just happen to get it from a double void event to create these sort of strategies. So that's my 2 cents on it. It's always an open dialogue. The one thing I love is hearing everyone's thoughts and opinions. So please leave a comment down in the description down below. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. I also have other videos. I have a video series on the dungeon, dragon dungeon, where I show you the drop rates of the dragon dungeon from the various different levels, doing 20, 19, 16, and 13. I also continually track via Google Sheet my dungeon drops, so you can see what kind of rates it's normalizing out to. I'm at about 650 runs, so there's a lot of content that I'm trying to get out there for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy my ugly face, which I have put on again because I'm doing another night video, so I can actually turn this thing on without being a whitewash. And with that, I say thank you, I bid you adieu, and most importantly, keep your stick on the ice, and for the love of Pete, don't eat yellow snow. Thank you and good night.